Hey guys, we're back with some more Mono Red Prowess. We've already started this league. It was a league I started at some point in between some rounds of an event. And we're 2-0 right now. Hopefully we can end out with a strong 5-0. Playing a bit of an outdated list per M. Hayashi, the master of Mono Red, but playing some cool cards with Blast Zone, Oblivion Stone, Blood Moon's Mane, some other interesting cards. Let's see what we can do. Patatal with the 12-month resub Poggers. Latest Elf Brew. We'll see. We'll see how long I can last with this classical music over some regular music I usually listen to. Don't think I'll be DMCA'd for classical music, so I've got that going for me. Oh yeah, also I should probably make like an announcement thing, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing every single Eternal Weekend event this weekend for the Raid Shadow Legends thing. I thought that would actually be more interesting than doing just like a coaching session. Make things a bit more interesting for me with Season Power and Lightning Bolt and Shadow Legends things. No, it just finished. It was a week-long thing. USCG the god. Hey, maybe we'll play whatever USCG wants us to play. You got any suggestions, USCG, about what you want to see? Is Macro Deck's going on? Oh yes. I've had a lot of fun playing Mono Red Prowess. I really wanted to get rid of the Season Pyromancer. Well, not really. Like, I kind of wanted to so I could get a 1-1 on the board. It's kind of rough. I'm on a red big time. Perfect. We got at least 3 more matches left. We're in 2-0 in the league right now, so. How's it been going with you, USCG? That's really unfortunate. Well, at least they don't, like, have a way to counter this for 1 mana. We gotta keep, like, putting stuff onto the board. Another Swift Spear is not too bad, depending on what we can draw next turn. Worst case scenario, we set up for an Obosh turn. Anger the Gods again. Ugh. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Main deck Anger, and they got the Mystic Sanctuary. Rough beats. Rough beats for us. Not much we could have done to play around like this combo of things. That Rakdos Death Shadow feel. We post Human Cities. Rakdos Death Shadow I think is like good, but it's also like medium at the same time. Plusing, ugh. I think I have to jam this and just have it die. Feel bad about it. I could try out Humans again. I'm just like really like I don't know how Humans keeps doing well. Just doesn't really make much sense to me. It seems like it shouldn't be very good in the metagame, but there's got to be something I'm missing because it put 3 in the top 8 of the last Modern Challenge that I saw, and won it as well. So it's got to be doing something right. Yeah. I don't think I can reasonably win this game because my opponent happened to have Anger like twice. Like, if it was like any other sweeper, at least we could just like not have to play Obosh, like get our Season Pyromancer going, but it's just like this double Anger, and it's like so brutal because it's probably one of. Maybe I was just supposed to like dart the Teferi after they kill my guy, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I can win this game. Double Anger was real good against me. I'm supposed to bring in relics. Oh, the mana base is so like awkward too. It's like playing double Triumph. Playing Cleansing Wildfire, so I can't like reasonably have Blood Moon in my deck, I don't think, which sucks because like I think Blood Moon should like be good, but it's just like not a reasonable card to have in my deck. Wasn't playing around it. Yeah, it's fair. Maybe I'm supposed to take out Flame Slashes, actually. I forgot that I'm not playing against Omnath deck. Blood Moon is definitely better than Flame Slash. Saying it's definitely Skeptical Keep. Really bad against exactly Lightning Bolt, but usually they're not playing Bolt in this deck, rather they're on Pass. That's unfortunate. Well, you know, no land in the top 4 cards. What can you do? Opponent has the Wildfire start both times as well. Rough beats. Rough beats. I don't really feel like playing this game out. Playing from like so far behind. And I'd rather not just get my hopes up for like a less than 1% game that I can win. What do you mean, cat dog? Let's take a look at this. Not a big fan of a deck where you want to be hitting your land drops every single turn and you have 18 lands in your deck. Seems like pretty bad. It's like the problem with any landfall deck is that you have to play like probably 25 lands, or at least close to it. But the thing is, your deck doesn't want to play anything higher than like a 3-drop. Yep. That last match was a little bit annoying with how game 1 and games 2 both went. It just kind of felt like out of my hands to an extent. Maybe I'm just supposed to mulligan the hand that doesn't have a second land drop, even though we get to draw like essentially 5 cards and be fine to hit. But I'm not quite sure. I think it's probably loose to do that. Let's see what the opponent's got here. Tidal Score, so they're forced to take the Firebolt. And my motive is crashing from a Tidal Scholar, just perfect. Not exactly sure why Tidal Scholar is crashing my game, but something. Just gotta wait it out. I guess we can't wait it out. Tidal Scholar, the god of crashing games, I guess. I think it has to do with like the F6, like makes it so everything just happens immediately. And Moto like is trying to process essentially like 3 things happening at once. My opponent casting Tidal Scholar, it entering the battlefield, and it taking a card essentially all at the same time. It's my guess. firebolt. Okay. I don't think you're supposed to ever block when I attack like this. But it'll probably block anyways. Oh, it didn't block. Feels good, man. It's kind of a forced bluff by me, so like they're supposed to block some amount of the time. I don't actually know how much, like how often they're supposed to be blocking there. Calculate what our draws are versus what their hand is and what they think they can beat and what they think they can't beat. How credible my attack is. I guess there's like too many factors. Blocking less than 50%. I mean, you should be blocking less than 50% of the time. There's some amount of the time you should be blocking, though. Because the thing is, if everyone, like, is doing the forced attack, regardless if they have it or not, then you shouldn't be blocking, or then you should be blocking some amount, right? Sure, I'm fine with them taking my Bone Crusher Giant here. I'll just play out my Seasoned Pyro. Well, the thing is, it's a lot more indicative of my hand because I have exactly that at the stage, so, like, me getting an attack through is, like, super good for me. I'm going to take a guess that the Fiery Islet is going to be dealing more damage than the advantage of the card that I'm going to get off of it. So I'm not actually going to... So I'm going to discard it over the mountain. I could be wrong about that, but I think the fact that, like, we're going to be going up to Obosh here pretty soon, that I don't want the card out of it. I'd like to take less damage. I didn't promise that. I did not promise that. Come on. Don't put words in my mouth. Just drawing another mountain kind of sucks here. I think that punishes us the most is Restoration Angel here. I'm gonna kill this off first. It plays significantly better into a couple different things. Fine starting this off here, because if they Flicker Wisp it, and I get to Firebolt the Flicker Wisp. What do they have in their hand here? What's something that can punish me the most? If they had the 2/3 flyer, I think they would have cast it already, or put it into play in response to my bolt. If they have Flicker Wisp, all the attacks are fine. They have Restoration Angel, I think they would have used it already. If they have Skyclave Apparition, it makes my elemental attack bad. So I think the one damage that I'm losing to the potential Skyclave Apparition is fine. I think that's the only card that can punish me for attacking all I'm attacking with these. It's the only card that makes sense for them to have, that makes it so attacking with the Elemental is bad, but attacking with Seasoned Pyromancer is good, and I think losing the 1 point of damage is negligible. Good. So I can follow out on other streamers. Nice. I was right about the Skyclave Apparition, as I said. Now the real question is, do I wait to use this Firebolt? This is a potential card like Flicker Wisp, Restoration Angel. I think I'm fine just doing this right now. Makes it so we're not as susceptible to a Flicker card. We can always Firebolt Flashback next turn if we need to. Makes it so we're not as bad to a Tidehollow Sculler or some other discard like Thought Knot Seer. So I think all that makes me want to use the Firebolt there. Dark Confidant, okay. Last card is exactly Skyclave Apparition. I think I'm fine. It's just like losing a couple things to the board. Not exactly sure what their last cards are in their hand. Probably just a land from what I've seen. Could have been another Skyclave on the Bonecrusher Giant, but skeptical about that. Because I think they're so far behind that they need to just like eat something off the board and then like try to block this with Spear and hope for the best. That's the last card in their hand. Like, I don't exactly know what deck my opponent's playing. Blood Moon should theoretically be pretty good against them. They're probably playing some amount of Warrior Champions. Like, theoretically I want this. Usually I don't want Blood Moons, but Blood Moon's actually pretty good against them because they have, like, next to no basics. But I don't know. Yourself to red cards. It plays a lot better than you think it does. Playing Self-Shortness too. Yeah, I'm not like quite sure. I think I'm gonna bring in the Shattering Sprees because Shattering Spree can also kill Tidehollow Sculler. So like it still has outs there. I think because of all the things that we're bringing in, I have to take out Blood Moons. Doesn't feel great, but I think we have to take out some amount of Blood Moons. I think we want to take out some amount of lands if we're bringing in these many Blast Zones. Now the question is, we've got like 4 cards we need to cut. It's possible I want to do something like this. Not bring in all the Sprees, bring in some amount of the Sprees. I'm not quite sure though. How does Spree kill Tidehollow? Tidehollow is an artifact. I believe Tidehollow Sculler is an artifact. Tidehollow Sculler? Yeah, artifact creature. Super awkward hand, but I'm going to keep it regardless. You can play Money Travel. I can play Money Travel, but it's mostly because of my rental service. Yep, hand is instantaneously good because we drew a second land. Orm's been frequenting the Hearthstone streamers I see with those emotes. Oh, apparently they're letting the Rivals and MPL players actually stream their rounds this time, which is pretty cool, I think. Flame Slash makes no sense. I draw a removal spell. I'll probably play Suspir removal spell. There you go, land. I'm fine just playing out Soulscar Mage Suspir, no attacks. I think they learned from last game that they're probably going to block with how my hand was set up and how they needed to block. Spree from the top. Spree from the top would have been pretty good. It would have been pretty good. Kill off Tide Hollow, Aether Vial. Attack for 2. How have people been liking the classical music over the regular music? It's actually kind of calm. Makes me feel a bit more calm during the stream. Declining modifiers, chapter. Sword of Light and Shadow. Now Shattering Spree at the top would be a good one. Dart. Turn a creature, gain 3 life. That's fine. Interesting spot. I guess we just deal more damage by firebolting the Tidal Escaler, don't we? We could have light up the stage again, but I don't think that's correct. If we darted them, we put them down to 2, but I don't like going down on lands while they didn't have a 2-drop. That is wild. I thought for sure they were going to have a 2-drop, and that's what I thought for a bit. How do you think I did? Because... oh, he said oops. So maybe they did have a 2-drop. What's wrong with Vintage? What do you mean, what's wrong with Vintage? Oh no, I plan on playing a Modern League after this one and then playing a Vintage League and then probably grinding World of Warcraft, maybe doing it on stream. Opponent said he did have a 2-drop, but he messed up. Damn. Maybe he could have gotten back into it, but I'm skeptical. Misplaced Injury, thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. How's your Eternal Weekend testing? I assume you've been doing that. Maybe you've been doing Pioneer, I'm not quite sure what you've been doing, but how's the stream go? I mean, we just gotta Flame Slash this, win the game. Flame slash. I can turn this down a tiny bit. And they've seen enough. Well, we're 3-1. Hopefully we can get the 4-1. Deck command should be working. Not sure why it's not. Oh, there it goes. Let's reveal our obosh. It's like small. I'll keep this hand. Pretty nice. Well, opponent's down to 6. Commands, let's please fix. Bring in Blast Stones / O Stones. Blast Stone, O Stones, Death Shadow, Mono White, Humans. And some other niche matchups. But those are the ones that immediately come to mind. Oh, we're playing against Scales, eh? That's some stonks. How's it going, Mahapa? That's fine with me. I think I want to get rid of Bone Crusher plus Blood Moon here for mana efficiency. A potential other spells I'm going to draw. Well, that's some good efficiency, let me tell you. Okay, opponent, what you got here? Arcbound Worker, sure. Have an Arcbound Ravager. You guys will have to see how I'm going to have to interact, specifically this plus this. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I'll try my best. I'm going to basically lose something anyways. Should I be using my Flame Slashes here? Guard makes things awkward. I know how Soul Scar and Hangerback Walker interacts. It's just a matter of how does Ozolith plus Hangerback Walker interact. Or not Ozolith Hangerback, that's Ozolith Soul Scar Mage. So I think I'm just supposed to go like all in with my Flame Slashes here. This is gonna have two -1/-1 counters put on it, I believe. They're gonna make two 1/1s here. They get Thopters anyways, yes, because as it dies, it sees that it has two +1/+1 counters and four -1/-1 counters. This is gonna put a counter on something. So they're still going to be able to put a +1/+1 counter here, I believe. This is now going to be up to 6. I don't know. 5. That's fine. Kill off this. Counters on their creatures. They put bad counters on my creature. That's the problem. With Undying, it's really bad for me. With Persist, it's really good for me. Out of 10. So they're gonna kill off one of my creatures. Target any creature, yes. Yep. This dies because that's 6 -1/-1 counters put on it. I guess my opponent doesn't really have anything going for them, it seems, right now. Ballista for 1. Okay. Let's kick, choose any number instead. No, okay. Wow, they're getting rid of my Soul Scar Mage of all things. Wow. That's crazy to me. Guess I'm supposed to attack with everything here? They have 0 cards in hand. The chance of them like getting rid of their Walking Ballista is low. And then we just kill them. I was thinking about just killing those, but I was like, they're just not blocking. They have 0 cards in hand. They're just dead. Well, my opponent's probably not going to be too happy about this card. I think I actually want all these cards again. I'm getting a call. Let's see if it's relevant. Comcast hit me with some spam calls recently. What do I want to cut here? Try cutting these again. Still so whack to me. I may not actually want O-Stone in this matchup, because they can, like, play around it pretty easily. So I don't think I actually want O-Stone. I do think I want Blast Zone, though, because it kills both the Ozolith and Hardened Scales, and some of their one-drops that they play. So I don't actually think I want the O-Stones, but I do think I want these Blast Zones. I feel like Flame Slash is kind of like my worst card here, but maybe Firebolt is. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. Cut some lands. I did cut some lands. I think I'm going to keep this hand just because, like, if they're on a slower hand with, like, setting up Hardened Scales plus Ozolith, Blast Zone's really good against that. A lot of their 2-drops I can just kill Bone Crusher Giant. Pretty weird. Yes. Imagine if, like, testing teams actually had to test Modern. Like, the pro testing teams. Where we would be at. Basically, none of them play Modern right now. And that's, like, kind of just because there's no actual important tournaments for, like, Modern right now. Giants out. I thought about that, but I think Giants are good. I want to leave this in play for as long as possible for my Blast Zone. Dominate a PT. I could believe it. Creature control leaves the battlefield. I don't know how this works. I assume if I kill this... Yeah, I think I'm supposed to kill it. I don't really understand how Mutate works, but we're gonna see. Blast over EE. You can EE some other things. Or you can't EE like 2-drops, which are important. You can take up Blast Zone to kill. So I guess it just comes down. Okay, that's problematic for me. They decided against putting the counters here. It's interesting. It's just battlefield, okay. That's fair. I'm gonna block. Take one, right? Which 2-drops? Orioc Champion. There's some other ones, but Orioc Champion is one that immediately comes to mind. Awkward game here so far. Won't be a good sub if I don't run Blast Zone. One big problem with Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb does not work. No, not the sideboard. This is the card that makes Ratchet Bomb a problem, because you cannot play Ratchet Bomb and Obosh in the same deck. There is Giganta versions, so you can play that. So he's playing Legacy Elves. They're attacking. Wow, that's wild. And they played the Hardened Scales into the Blast Zone. And you're back, Walker. That's fine. I'm going to be cracking my Blast Zone, so I'm going to throw out this Soulscar Mage here for sure. Put Soulscar Mage into play. Maybe that's wrong over Light at the Stage, but I think it's probably fine. Oh, they're just attacking. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, take the hit. They have one card left in their hand. See what it is. Ballista. That's fine. Yeah, I'm more than fine with this. I think getting the extra damage is negligible compared to being mana efficient. It's interesting. I think I'm fine doing this, just shooting down everything. Sets up really well if I find another Shattering Spree. Kill this one off. They have no cards in hand, so I think we should be like pretty heavily favored from this spot. They do have a couple draws that are really good for them. That one is not so great for them. Yeah, it's just like just do another Shattering Spree, so they're just gonna lose the game. I need to put on this one. Is that working out for me? It's working out pretty well, I would say. The fact that we have like 4 Shattering Sprees for this matchup is like kind of insane. Not meant for this matchup, but incredibly good for it. I'm gonna land out, pass the turn. Have your back Walker for 2, sure. This. Just getting in the damage here seems somewhat important to me. And depending on what we draw next turn, we can decide if we want to be like flashing back Firebolt or bringing elbows to the hand, setting up. Risk 2 on PC. I think I'm fine firebolting this turn. Because if we draw another land next turn, it allows us to bring back Obosh, or bring Obosh to the hand and then play it. And if we're not drawing land, we're probably winning the game. Some form or another. you're just blocking, I'm fine with that as well. I don't know what their outs are here. Aren't I playing Hardened Scales? Because it's just got depowered a lot without Mox Opal. And there's our 4-1. We'll always take our 4-1s. Let's open up our chesties, see if we get anything good out of it. Not sure why we're at quantity 0. I want to be at quantity 1. And let's open them and see what we get. Allosaurus Shepherd. That's a good one, I think. Sense of Nature as well. Shepherd. Skycat. Sovereign. Let's see, what's the E price on that Allosaurus Shepherd? We'll take a nice 38 ticks. We'll take a nice 38 ticks. I wonder what Glimpse of Nature is at as well. Glimpse of Nature, not too hot, but you know, we'll take it. I'm not sure what this song is called, to be honest. Yeah, there's no way for me to check either. It's just 55 minutes on this playlist. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, that was a nice pull. What would be even nicer is if you liked the video and you liked and subscribed, and then followed me on Twitch and Twitter in the description below, and that would also be pretty cool. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.